What it is, hey family, what we gonna get into today, man. First and foremost, praise the Most High. Thank y'all for liking the channel, subscribing, telling a friend, so they'll tell another friend. This your host, Arthur Chill Fetty, and yeah, we got fire knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And what we gonna do? You know, we finna get into it. I'ma read, and we gonna be reading out of the Divine Reset Part 2. Cause this is a compilation of book, a compilation of many books. So it got the Divine Reset 1, Part 1 and 2, the Eternal Mind, the Yahshua Frequency, and this book basically show you how to go from poverty to abundance by using the mind and applying the wisdom and knowledge that is given unto you. And I know you are already wise. I know you're already knowledgeable. But my purpose for this book is to help you execute. You feel me? Because sometimes you gotta come back to the drawing board. You gotta reset. You gotta get the rebound. You gotta do your research. So remember, fam, it's all on you to make it do what it do. Now let's get into it. The Divine Reset Part 2, man. Wealth is not just about making money. It's about controlling the system. The truly powerful don't just play the game, they build it. In the Divine Reset, ownership mentality is a must. And what I'm presenting is a powerful blueprint for, financial mastery, generational wealth, and ultimate control over one's economic destiny. That's why I had chose, a lot of people know my background, my story, my history, rapper turned author, got my own business, New Life Landscaping, I do the podcast. I'm just trying to keep elevating the gifts that God gave me so I can show you guys and the family that you can come from anything. Homeless, prison, adolescence after adolescence. You just got to grow and be willing to put in the work. That's the whole key. You got to be willing to put in the work, because faith without actions is dead. You know what I mean? So let's get into it. Chapter 1. What we gonna be looking for in this here book, as I lay it out, is basically the mental reset, how to shift from scarcity mindset to wealth, you know what I'm saying, and having a wealth conscious mentality, mastering the influence and power, how to use communication, branding, and psychological warfare to determine and dominate the industries that you want to be in, financial warfare tactics, how to leverage banks, business credit, and tax loopholes like the ultra rich, building passive income and wealth structures, how to create businesses, invest in financial networks that generate wealth automatically. So you want to make that cash while you sleep. You want to have that passive income while you sleep. And remember, you can't do that without a team. That's a jewel. So, in a lot of this book, I did use ChatGPT, Grok, Anthropic, to do my research, because of the simple fact, each one of these databases that these artificial intelligence companies, they all gonna give you like they best output on what you're looking for. So when you prompted ask ChatGPT and one of these artificial intelligence platforms a question, You want to check all of them across the board, and then you come up with your concept and what best fits you that you can give back to the people that's listening abroad, because y'all all in that same pool. You feel me? And everybody can relate, so each one teach one for real. Hey, let's go. Now, the mind, chapter 1. The mind is first the kingdom. Mastering mental ownership. He who controls his mind controls his reality. Before you can land wealth, business, or influence, you must first own your mind. Every empire, dynasty, and financial system was built on an idea that was controlled, developed, and executed by someone with mental ownership. So you got to be in control of who? You. Know thyself. That's the first law. The biggest reason people fail: they are mentally enslaved before they are physically poor. They allow fear, distractions, and self-doubt to dictate their actions. Without control over your thoughts, emotions, and focus, external wealth is impossible. The first kingdom you must conquer is your mind. And in this chapter, we're going to teach you how to train your mind for ownership, for wealth, strategic thinking, by understanding ancient symbols, financial metaphors, and the wisdom of the greatest thinkers in history. The esoteric power of the crown, the symbol of ownership. The crown is not just jewelry. It is a symbol of dominion. Throughout history, kings, queens wore crowns because they were richer than others, but because they ruled over resources and people. The crown represents authority over decisions and resources, mental clarity, and divine connection, the ability to command wealth and influence. Why does this matter today? If you don't own your mind, someone else will control it for you. If you don't control your finances, you will always be under someone else's rule. If you don't take dominion over your own time and focus, you will work for another person's version instead of your own. Wow. You're not even being the version of who you're supposed to be, because you're not controlling your mind. But let's get more deeper. How to wear your invisible crown. Mental ownership tactics. Number 1, protect your mind like a throne room. Only let wisdom, strategy, and success enter. Eliminate distractions that weaken you. Mindless entertainment, gossip, and social media addictions are chains on your mind. Number 2, control your inner dialogue. Speak to yourself like a ruler, not a servant. I create my reality. I am not a victim. Lesson: before you own land, stocks, or businesses, you must own your thoughts. The crown is won in the mind first. The pyramid of power, building an ownership mindset. The pyramids, let's just say, of ancient Egypt stand as the ultimate symbol of ownership. They were not built overnight. They were created with long-term vision. They still stand to this day, proving that true ownership is eternal. How does this apply to you? Let's get to it. Most people think in short term and never build anything lasting. They chase fast money, quick thrills, and waste their time instead of building something that will stand forever. How to build your personal pyramid of power. Lay the foundation. Control what you consume. Read about financial literacy, businesses, and wealth. Study successful people, investors, and entrepreneurs. Limit junk entertainment, toxic media, and distractions. Number 2, construct the middle layers. Take strategic action, investing time into learning high income skills. Smart businesses, start businesses, side hustles, are digital brands. Make disciplined financial moves. Save, invest, and multiply. Complete the apex. Achieve mastery and legacy. Own assets that generate wealth without your direct labor. Own assets that generate wealth without your own direct labor. Teach others and build influence. Expand your empire beyond just money. Create an impact. For real. A kingdom is built, not given. Start laying bricks today. The hidden power of the eye, seeing opportunities before others. Pause. Seeing opportunities before others internally so you can produce it externally. Hey man, this just a little something here, man. You know, from Fire Knowledge. Hey, stay on the path, my people. You know, long story short, man, I remember when I was incarcerated, and I used to tell myself, man, I can't wait to get out so I can execute all the visions and ideas that I had in my mind when I was incarcerated. Because I was in a lonely, still place, you know, not to go too deep in detail. The federal penitentiary, Coleman 1, Coleman Medium, all the way up to North Carolina, Butler, going through Atlanta and all of that stuff. So, you know, and even on the state level, just because you're on different levels, it doesn't really matter. You're still incarcerated. The thing about being incarcerated, you have to use the institutions that they send you to as a institution of learning. So you take the bad and you turn it into good. And then the Most High always got his people in safe places. So when you come into yourself and understand that the only way to really get a hold of everything is that you have to cut out the distractions. You have to focus on your mental, because this is where it all starts. The mind. And when you start to believe and see things in your mind, and you start to push towards what you see in your mind, understand it's not going to be as easy as it seems in your mind. Because along the path, along the journey, along what is called the wilderness. Let's just go for example, we'll use Moses, the biblical text, bringing the children out of Egypt, headed towards the promise. But coming out of Egypt, headed towards the promise, it's a gap called a wilderness. Now, depending on your vision and where you headed to in your vision, you can see the promise, the finish line. But it's a gap from here to there. You know what I'm saying? And in that gap is where you're gonna gain wisdom, knowledge, understanding, because it's gonna be some mistakes made. It's gonna be some setbacks. It's gonna be some steps forward. It's gonna be some curves, some twists. It's gonna be sometimes you get weak, you just wanna go back to Egypt. But you know the promise there. You see it in your mind. Is it worth it? Of course it's worth it, because you know it's gonna create a whole new lifestyle for you. And not only for you, but those around you. So coming out of prison, I had that mindset. And the most dangerous thing for an individual coming out of incarceration, if his mind is not strong mentally, going back to the same environment, it's easy for the magnetism and the gravitational pull of what the individual see externally, because now he's been missing or she's been missing from society. So instantly, you want to catch up. They want to catch up. And then you're going to have some factor that's in, let's just call it the matrix, that's going to tempt you. But it's up to your mental to be strong enough to refuse the temptation. And the temptation can be a friend, family member, trying to keep you like the old you. Like, man, I remember you used to do this, I remember you used to do that. Man, the people out here see you now, man, they gonna show enough do what they gotta do to make it be like the way it used to be for you. But knowing in your mind, they only see who you used to be. And they're trying to put you back in the same position of what you used to do. When that same position just puts you away from society. So now you know that they mental not right. And you thinking on a higher level because of the simple fact you lost your freedom for trying to be who you used to be. And this person wants you to be who you used to be. So off rip, you gotta cut them short. You gotta let them know, hey, listen, I'm a whole new person. What you saw back then ain't who you see now. You may think of me and see me as the physical person, but mentally, partner, I done changed. I got a whole new talk. I got a whole new vision. I'm on a whole nother path. And see, that's when your mind is weak, some people get sucked into that. And that's why the recidivism rate is so high when a lot of individuals are released back into the same environments. I can get into some philosophy of certain things on what I think wrong with the when you incarcerated, they give you a program called pre-release. And you got to go to pre-release like a week or two before you get released back into society. And they're going to give you some phone numbers, a package, may even send you to a halfway house, work release program. The thing is, it's a program. And if you're not following the program, and some people come and say, hey man, oh man, that nigga there, he institutionalized, she institutionalized, she following the program. But actually, in all honesty, the program is help keeping you disciplined. If you think about it, it's help keeping you out the way. If you think about it, because it's showing you these people in society is thinking like this. While we trying to give you a reset mentally to help you think like this, because you've been thinking like this for so long. But if you go over here, pay taxes, get a job, help you get some housing, and continue on this path, you can stay free. But if you go over here, listen to your homeboy, your homegirl, so you jump out there and shine temporarily, and then once you back inside, they gonna say you was a fool. So that's why I write the books, man. Fire knowledge. Got like 75 books on Amazon Kindle, a few Audible books on Amazon Audible. My thing is, family, it's not gonna happen overnight for you. It's a marathon. R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle, King Nip. But it's a marathon. When they was in the wilderness, it was only supposed to be 40 days and 40 nights, 40-day trip, right? But they stayed 40 years. You know why? Because God, the Most High, He wasn't gonna take the mentality, what they developed in Egypt, into the promised land. So he had to make sure that mindset die off while they was in the wilderness before they can enter into the promise. And when you apply that to yourself, you got to make sure that old mindset that you had in your past, die off before you can enter into the promise that the Most High have for you in the vision that he showed you. Every day, work towards your promise. Every day, work towards your vision. It don't matter if you have to stop, think, reset, write some stuff down, make you a phone cover, a phone lock image. Remind yourself every day about your promise. And that's what I got for you, man. Hey, lock in, tell a friend, tell another friend, so they'll tell another friend about the Chill Fatty Podcast. Love y'all. Like, subscribe. We got some new stuff coming up for 2026. And guess what? God gonna put me in a better position so I can give y'all some more exciting news. A lot of new stuff coming up, man. And we just looking forward to it, man. And thanks, family, for joining the Arthur Chill Fatty Podcast experience. You know how we do it, man. For real. Love you.